Magandang araw, Podmates! After 8 months of this podcast, I am happy to report that Spotify has named us one of the best new podcasts of 2021. May masishare ka ba sa mga kabataan?
Find your north. No, actually, I'm very hopeful. Kasi lahat naman tayo, di ba, we go through mga generational differences na, kami noon, ganyan, ba't hindi kayo ganon? Bakit tong mga millennial ngayon na they have this certain entitlement? You know, we hear of these comments or we make these comments, but lately, na-appreciate ko ang mga bata, ang mga millennial, because I have high hopes for them because, di ba, I was telling you na niwala ko there's always, two sides to certain things. Like, we complain about ganito sila, pero naniniwala rin ako na because they're woke and because they're very knowledgeable about a lot of things, that they'll be able to find their way and make things better.
I mean, you're a journalism teacher, so I'm sure gusto mo yung at least yung mga talented sa kanila, no? Sumunod sa ating footsteps, no? I mean, someone has to take over, someone has to be the future of the profession.
Bakit mahalaga na maging mamamahayag ang mga kabataan? Kasi ang dami pang kwentong dapat ikwento. Alam ko parang ang impormasyon ngayon one click na lang, pero ang dami pang natatagong kwento at mga issue na kailangan isiwalat. Ang dami pang mga institusyon sa ating lipunan na kailangan i-check, 'di ba? Ultimately, ang media is a check on society, 'di ba? It provides yung check and balance.
So, ang tanong ko lang, dahil ang daming krisis sa bansa ngayon, no? Do you think journalists are pushing history in the right direction? Are we stepping up?
I know a lot of very hardworking journalists, who have sacrificed so much and faced a lot of risks, no, in their job. Hindi lamang pandemic, kundi mga very dangerous situations covering conflict, covering natural disasters. And some journalists who do stick their neck out just to be able to tell people what's going on. We are all learning in this. We're all in this together, not just journalists, but regular folk, people on social media. History is still being written.
I mean, naabot nyo na yung pinaka-summit o pinnacle, no? Pinaka-tuktok ng iyong sport, no? May ma-accomplish ka pa ba? O gusto mong ulitin?
Para sa akin kasi hindi lang yan, okay, nakamit ko na yung goal, pero hindi ibig sabihin magsastop na ako. Alam naman natin ang mga atleta, magsastop yan hanggang kung hindi na kaya. Pero kung kaya pa, tuloy-tuloy lang, training lang, tapos alagaan ng sarili. Kasi masasabi ko naman kung hindi kaya .
At yung tingin ko rin, no, from listening to you in past interviews, yung mga commencement speech mo, no, your success has a lot to do with your personal attitude, no? Meron kang tinatawag na turn around, no? Kung ano man yung naging suffering or negative na nangyari sa buhay mo, you can derive benefits. It can be the material of your stories and even find a way to grow, no? From the negative.
Well, unang-una, madalas kong magitin sa workshoppers ko na kung hindi madilim ang langit, hindi natin makikita yung mga bituin. So, in a way, kailangan mo nung dilim para mas kuminang yung mga bituin . Pero kung puro bituin yan, in the end, hindi mo na makikita yan . So I think sa buhay natin, kailangan talaga natin ng dilim, ng pain, ng agonies. Besides, wala tayong magagawa. Part ng buhay natin ang dilim, part ng buhay natin ang pain, part ng buhay natin ang sadness. So instead of denying it or rejecting it, hindi naman mawawala talaga yan. Learn how to accept it and then turn it around and make it advantageous para sa sarili mo.
Alam mo, dahil sa nangyayari, ano, I mean, parang napakasimple ng concept, but it's been called revolutionary by some, no? Not in the political sense, no? Pero yung revolutionary kindness, yung isang nakita kong phrase, no? Yung isang article tungkol dito sa community pantry, ang pamagat ay a silent revolution, no? Usually mga revolution, whether they're peaceful or not, no, merong vision, may patungo, no? Granted, may nagaganap na revolution ngayon or malaking pagbabago, no? What kind of change, permanent, long-term change, do you want to see?
Sa tingin ko possible siya matawag na revolution kasi kung hindi talaga makukuha ng mga tao yung basic needs nila, and may gagawin sila tungkol doon, parang enough talaga siya mag-spark ng revolution, and ganun talaga magtutulungan na gagawa na ng paraan yung mga tao, lalabas ka sa comfort zone nila. Ang tagal natin naro-romanticize yung gutom, yung yung poverty porn, pero ngayon bigyan natin ng dangal yung mga tao, bigyan natin ng dangal kung saan, ano yung dapat buhay natin.
Para sa mga kabataan ngayon, paano mo gustong ilarawan ang music at legacy ng grupo mo, ang Apo Hiking Society?
At the time we started, there was no OPM. No? The main aspiration of performers then was to be the of the Philippines. We call it the of the Philippines artist. In other words, you were the Elvis Presley of the Philippines, the Neil Sedaka of the Philippines, Everly Brothers of the Philippines. Yung ganun ang aspiration. In other words, parang talagang we wanted to just be part of America in some way. American culture was like, we were swimming in it. Our generation woke up and said, while we loved the Beatles never wrote any song for the Filipino experience. They wrote it for the Brits. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to write songs for the Filipino experience. In other words, we wanted to be the soundtrack of Filipino loves, Filipino lives, Filipino humor, that kind of thing. Para meron tayong matatawag na sariling atin, no?
How important do you think talent is today in achieving success? O yung traditional talents like singing, acting, dancing, and not only talent, of course, in making TikTok videos.
I think being talented today and talented like 50 years ago, you're more or less the same. Because after a while, if you don't have a talent, mahalata ka eh. People recognize that, and they'll go on to another person who interests them. People are attracted to something new, something that they've never seen before. So I said, even cutting your nails, might attract quite an audience. But talent for singing, talent for acting, if you have that, it's a very precious commodity for a career. And then when you have it, you nurture it. You take workshops, classes, and to hone your craft. And when you do that, people will recognize it. The masa, curious enough, they know right away. Na okay yun, maganda yun, may talent yun. So they can spot that too.
Ano yung mga pinaka-importanting lessons na natutunan mo sa industriya, sa iyong profession?
Well, siguro ang pinaka-importanting lesson para kung gusto mo talagang magtagal sa industriya at mag-succeed, siguro isang matinding lesson na natutunan ko ay huwag ka lang magiging pabigat kahit kanino, huwag kang magiging problema sa trabaho, problema sa set, maging maayos ka sa mga katrabaho mo at huwag mawala yung respeto. Sa tingin ko, meron kang mararating kapag na-maintain mo na ganun yung mga attitude mo sa trabaho.
I'm a bit overwhelmed, Dingdong, by the scope, the breadth of your involvements, no? Kaya gusto sana kitang tanungin, how do you find the time for all of this, no? But you don't have to answer anymore. Obviously, you've become an expert in time management and juggling your priorities.
No, I'm not an expert. Howie, I'm a work in progress. Kumbaga, I fail more times, no, than what is seen right now. And I always use these failures, as a motivation and as a driving force for me to want to become a better version of myself. And to really put it simply, para sa akin, masaya na ako na pagdating na, kasi nga babalik ako dun sa sinabi ko nung unang tanong mo. Dati wala akong oras. Ngayon may oras ako para iplano kung ano yung kailangan kong gawin mula umaga hanggang gabi. Dahil at kasama ko yung pamilya ko. Para sa akin, masaya na ako. Tapusin ko lahat ng kailangan kong gawin ng alas 5. Makalaro ko sila ng 5 o'clock hanggang siguro bago kayo matulog. May konting labing-labing, kissing-kissing, di ba? Playing. Para sa akin, that's it. And to me, that's the most important thing. It's really time with family and time for family.
Hi, I'm Howie Severino. Check out the Howie Severino Podcast, an original for GMA News and Public Affairs. New episodes will stream every Thursday. Listen for free on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and other platforms.